struggling with laptops. So right, let's make a start on this. Straight into last week's top 3 retailers. So this is good for people who are just starting doing the retailing. All of the people here have basically got customer bases. Steve, that's a massive 1,700 quid. He was obviously having a big push because he wants to qualify for Madrid. As I say, definitely got to go gold this period. So that's it's getting on for a record. I know long time in the past we've had somebody doing over £2,000 in 1 week, but that's definitely the highest in 1 week for many years. So well done on that, Steve. And then Ian down in Llanelli, over 900 quid, and Rita in Birmingham. I'd say you don't see a lot about Rita. She just gets on with it. She just does the retail. She doesn't build a team, and she knows what she's doing, and that's over £500 on foot. It's from customers she's had for 10, 12, 15 years, and they look after her, and it's the same customer she's been going back to every 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks for the past, I don't know, however long, 12, 15 years, and very loyal. So over £500, and that she takes about 30 catalogues out at a time. Just walks down the road, then goes the other direction. So it just proves that you can do it on foot. So well done, Rita, on that. And that's all catalogues. So welcome to the team. Steve sponsored Dion, Jeff and Di, Mark and Sam, and Natalie, Denise. Oh, that's wrong. It is Denise, Adele, and Rebecca, sponsored by Joe. Disappointing thing is, none of those people are on there, so we definitely need to chase up our new people to get them on here. I'd say if they're serious about building the business, then they need to be on these webinars. So welcome to all of them, and I'd say it's just not bad, 5 in the first week, so just keep pushing and make this a good one. Heather, been messaging Heather. She's been doing exams, she's been unwell, and now she's getting into it again, but she does watch the webinars, so she couldn't watch it tonight. So post from Adele. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Adele's in work, so she's asked if I record it, and same with Heather. And Heather, I say, wants to get into it. And the good thing about with Heather, she says she does plug into these when she can and watches the recordings, even though she hasn't been able to do anything with the business, and she finds that they're very helpful. So now she really wants to get going again. So welcome, Heather. And I'll say you made a good start by putting your first order in last week. And we've got no welcome rewards. I think it's the first time since they started that we've had nobody actually hitting a welcome reward this week. The other thing is, if you've got new people and they're going to hit the welcome rewards in the next couple of weeks, they can choose the K-Life catalogues, but they won't get them till the new ones are released. That's going to be the end of this month, so they can pre-order them as a welcome reward. So they can order them, but they won't get them until they're released, and let's say that'll all be announced on the EWB. I went to the 10 steps yesterday in Solihull, and one of the things we're talking about was other places to advertise your products and the business. I know we've talked about this before. I'll say we came up with a list. We've had people who've done different things, and obviously in a room that's got 30, 40, 50 people, there's a lot more people who are actually being active on these, and there's quite a few who are actually selling things on Shiprock, and people using Instagram And like I say, a lot of these things are sort of phone based. That's why I don't do a lot on some of these, like the Instagram and the Shiprock and anything that's phone based, because you know what I'm like with mobile phones, and I've been swearing at it quite a bit today. But Instagram, I've actually got an app where you can do it from your PC, and I did test it out a while ago, but it's suddenly gone from my PC, so I've had to upload it again tonight, so I haven't had a go. But there are people using Instagram quite successfully on the sponsoring side. And with Instagram, when you post on Instagram, it actually goes onto your Facebook and it can go on Twitter at the same time. So it's going into multiple places. So it's well worth looking into, especially if you're good with mobiles. And if there is anybody out there who knows about any of these and is good at them, let us know and give us some hints and tips. Shiprock or Spock, that's like local, so you put adverts on there of products, and it's only people within that area. I'm not sure the radius, but it's the area. So if I'm in Solihull, it's people in Solihull, Shirley, and the surrounding area who get the notifications of the things that you're advertising. So the good thing for that is if you're in a job or you're traveling around the country, then put adverts on. If you're on a train or a bus, then stick some adverts on there, perhaps not for the products but for the business, and then you'll get different people looking at those adverts. Pinterest, that is basically a picture, uploading pictures, and you can upload videos, and you can advertise your products on there. You can make a different group for different groups of products, like wedding products or gardening products, and have a page on that. But Pinterest is you've got to get followers on that and get people adding on the followers. So it's not quite as simple, but it is something that people are using and actually getting orders. One of the things people talked about was Facebook Live. I say at the moment you can only do it on a mobile. You might have seen a few more now who are doing Facebook Live. So it's like a live stream and you video something. So it's something that you could perhaps use for doing product demos, and that is something that you could use. I don't know if you saw the bat that I put on the Facebook products earlier. That was quite a funny video. He does swear a bit, but so would you if you had a shock like he did. Couple of the things that I'd never heard of, so I'm just going to take this off. It's a bit warm in here. Is Depop and Wallapop. So I don't know if there's anybody out there who's heard of those. And these are selling sites. I had a quick look on the internet tonight, and I think they were phone based, but I just went onto the websites and I haven't had time to look into them. But if you just put Depop in Google, and you'll come across the site. Have a look round, and if you've got time, have a play with it, see if you can put some products on. And there were people who were getting orders through this Depop, and then somebody else mentioned Wallapop. I don't know where they come up with the names from, but it's a couple of things worth looking for, because if you've got the pictures, you've made the pictures up, then you've already got it. So rather than just putting it on Facebook groups, then just post it onto some of these other things as well, because you never know where the orders are coming from. So if anybody gives those a go, Depop and Wallapop, then just give us some feedback on it so we can see how they work. Also, I'm gonna, after the webinar, I'm gonna have a look online, see if it's something I can do from the PC. But what you could do is just make up your, if it's photo based, then just put the price on the actual picture of the product, so put the details on there, then you don't have to upload and write as much. And then obviously is the other things we talked about: Gumtree, Friday ads, and then other online sites, just the normal selling sites and advertising sites. And for the business, and it's worth going to these meetings because somebody there reminded me of something that I used to do, and I haven't done it for probably over a year. Is if you go onto Gumtree and then look for work wanted, and it's people who are looking for work, and click on that, search through that, and then you can send emails to people who are looking for work. So it is people who are looking for something, and then you send them the link to your website and try to contact them there. And I must admit, I say it's something I used to do, and I haven't done it for a long time. And I say I haven't even mentioned it when we've done sponsoring webinars, and it is something worth doing. And one of the things I think it was Karen Boardman mentioned was forums. I don't think we've mentioned this before, because with forums, and this is different, it's like a little group where people can chat and ask questions, and it's like a little social gathering, and you can get forums for different interests, hobbies, and different cities and areas and towns have forums. So what these are, it's where you can just chat and people ask questions. So the idea is, don't advertise your business straight away, don't advertise your products. Chat, yeah, it's like a chat room, and the best thing to do is, it is quite time consuming. This is why I've never really done much with it, but if it's something you're on, like Joe likes to be on Facebook and on the PC, so it's something where you're talking to people and look for people asking questions, and then if you can answer that question, so you're becoming part of a community. And then I know with the forums, when I used to do it before, is some of them you can have your signature, so it shows who it is who has answered that question, and some of them you can actually put a link onto your signature block. But I say check the rules of that particular forum, and just join a few forums and have a look around. And it's all usually set up in folders. I should have really, it is like a full training in itself on how to use forums properly, but it's something you've got to be involved with it and become part of the community before you start to push your business or your products, and get people asking what do you do, and then doing it that way. So if you're answering questions and doing the right things, then people start to come to you, and you become somebody who's knowledgeable in that certain subject, and people will come to you. It's like I do things with videos and YouTube. I get a lot of people asking me questions about that. So if you've got a hobby and an interest, then look for just put it in Google, forum for your town, or forum for whatever your hobby or interest is, and then just get in there, and it's just basically you're creating your own warm market. I'd say obviously at the beginning you don't know anybody there, but if you start chatting to them, it's like an online warm market that you're developing. So well worth looking into forums, but I'd say they can be time consuming, and don't get drawn in and spending all of your time on there. It's just an add-on. Just allow yourself 10-15 minutes a day to go on, answer a few questions, have a quick look if there's anything that's relevant to what you were trying to advertise. So like I said, big list there. There are more, but if anybody does have a go at this Depop and Wallapop, like I say, those are definitely new to me. if you can get sales from there and find out how they work, then let us know, and you can do a training on this next week. So that's different places to advertise products and the business. Facebook adverts. These are basically some reminders we got yesterday. Is when you're doing your adverts, and they showed a few examples of this yesterday, and when you're doing your advert, especially in your own group, don't bother to put on there message me or comment below if you want to buy, because it looks as like you're hard sell all the time. Just a picture of the product and we've said it so many times, very brief description. Don't put all the sizes and the colours of the products. Really, if you just upload a picture with the price on it, that's probably good enough, because then people buy from the picture. A picture's worth 1,000 words, and then obviously with the videos, a video's worth a lot more than 1,000 words. So just post the picture up there, and then people will have to ask in the comments if they want to know the size, the colour, and that's getting that interaction going on your post, and it's pushing your post back up. And do the same on some of the external groups you're posting on as well, to get that interaction, because that's creating the activity in your group. So then get a good balance, and obviously make sure you've got the interactive posts. And this is another thing we've said so much before, is when somebody puts a comment on one of your posts, then reply to every comment, because it's giving that page, that Facebook group, in Facebook's eyes, that there's a lot of interactivity. And also, I know Steve looked at that sociograph that I put on the Freedom Group site there. That'll give you an idea of who the active people are in your groups, and it also shows how active you are. And so if you can get into seeing who the active people are, those are the people who, if you've got special offers, try to get them in a chat group, a messaging group of your own, or set them up in another group, your VIP group, which we've talked about, and say, look, you're really active here. I've got another special group where we put out all of the special offers a lot more quickly, and make them feel special. So use those tools. Look for the active people in your group, because those could be your potential new team members. So have a look at your groups there. Like I say, keep the descriptions quick, simple, because it makes it quick and easy to post your adverts. With the catalogues, you should have seen that the cut-off for the spring summer main catalogues and the spring extra catalogue, it's this Thursday at 9:15 at night. And what I'd recommend is, with the spring catalogue, because a lot of the products in there will be no longer available, and they're no equivalent in the summer catalogue, so put that in the recycle bin. But with the main catalogues, whether you've got issue 1 or issue 2, then use them for blanket drop-in. And what I would do is order some of the summer specials, because they'll be going on for a few months, and then even if you just put the main catalogue and a summer special, using them for blanket drop-in. So I've done that with, well, actually I've got the spring special. I've done a blanket drop up Stoke, so I'm back up to Stoke tomorrow, and so my customer base now is like 70 mile in between. I've got customers in Solihull, and then blanket drop up in Stoke. And potential of one order. I dropped 150 catalogues up Stoke last week. Normally we recommend you only leave them for a couple of days when you're doing the blanket dropping, but I dropped them last Thursday to collect on Wednesday when I'm going to be up there. So it's a long drop as well as a blanket drop, so it'll be interesting to see what results I get. But I've already had one phone call saying, "You didn't come and collect your catalogue on Wednesday." And I said, "No, because I only dropped it on Thursday and I'm collecting it next Wednesday." So whether I get an order or not, I won't know, but you'll hear about it next week. And obviously what happens when the catalogue's cut off, what that means is that 96% of the products in that catalogue will still be in the new catalogue. But what will happen is it'll obviously be a different suffix number, and usually in the new catalogue the price has probably gone up. Quite a lot of the prices will stay the same, but a lot of the prices will go up by 50p or a pound or £1.50. So if you're using the old catalogues for blanket dropping, after Thursday, then you'll see that some of the prices are different to what the customer's written down. When you put it into your ordering site, it might be 50p or a pound dearer. But what we've always done, we've passed that saving on to the customer. So if they've ordered something at £3 out of here, out of the old catalogue, it's £4 in the new catalogue, then we go round to the customer and just charge them the £3 how they've ordered it, and you take a hit on that pound or that 50p, because if you're blanket dropping, that customer could be a customer for life, and they'll more than make up for you losing a 50p or a pound on that first order. And that's the only difference is, so you can keep using those. And I've actually seen people blanket dropping with catalogues that are 2 years old, because with a blanket drop all you're looking for is people who look in that catalogue and put an order in. What we've always done, if they choose products that are no longer available, when you put it on your ordering site, if it comes up no longer available, just have a quick check in the new catalogue and see if there's an alternative. If there isn't, then we go round to the customer and say, "Oh, sorry Mrs. Smith, I didn't realise I'd given you the old catalogue. Here's a new one with lots of new products in. If you have a look at that, then I can pick it up tomorrow." And I've done that quite often, and the £3 order has turned into a £12 or £15 order because they see lots of new things in that new catalogue. So we always say never throw an old catalogue away, work it to death. And obviously if you're advertising on Facebook groups, eBay, Amazon and places like that, especially with Amazon and eBay, you've got to make sure that you're looking for the products that are no longer available so that you can delete them off your online stores, because you don't want to get an order for something that isn't available. So you will need to spend a bit of time and clear your shops, online shops, if you're using Amazon and eBay. Otherwise you might get a slap on the wrist for advertising things that are not even there. Oh yeah. So remember, it's this Thursday. I'd say I'd recommend take the spring catalogue out, order some summer ones, and it'll more than make up for it. There's some people still asking where they got the bonus calculators from. I'll say that link there, if you go to the Freedom Group Resources site, which is tfgrs.co.uk, that stands for the Freedom Group Resources site.co.uk, and then it's under retailing and bonus calculators. I'll try to put it so it's on a main tab at some time, but it was good to see people were using it and found it useful. So tfgrs.co.uk, if you log into go onto that and save it in your your favourites, and then it's always there. Just a question to ask yourself. Let's say if you want to move your business forward, ask yourself, what have you done today? And with the work you've done today to move your business forward, would you hire or fire yourself? And let's say it's if you're serious about moving your business forward, then look at what you've done today, and if you were looking at that as a boss, would you be hired or would you be fired? So that's something really you should look at that at the end of every day. What have you done to move your business forward? And it says here, winners must have two things: definite goals and a burning desire to achieve them. If you're looking at it and said you'd fire yourself, then you're obviously not a winner, you're just there for the ride. So you've got to really look at your goals and what's the burning desire to achieve them. So ebid.com years ago. Oh, I'll say, well, cheers John, ebid. I don't know that one, so have a look at that one. That's another one to add to the list. So like I say, you've got to have a burning desire we've talked about goals in the past. There's some on the resources site, some goal setting exercises, but you've got to know what you want, and you keep hearing people saying, what's your why? And so know what you want out of the business and keep an eye on what you're doing. You know, if you're not doing what you should be doing, then obviously you don't really want that goal. If it's not a big enough desire, it's not pushing you, it's not that burning desire that's going to get you doing it. If it's raining, you don't want to put the catalogues out, or if you're tired, you don't want to post on Facebook. You know, your goals, your reason for doing it is perhaps not big enough. Then look for something else that is going to drive you further forward. So you need goals and a burning desire to move forward in this business. And one way of checking your activity is, if you're doing it on Facebook, look in your activity log. That's going to show you what you've done, what posts you've done, what comments you've done, and how many groups you've posted to in that day. And if you don't know where your activity log is, just click on your name on the top of the Facebook next to your picture. Click on name, and then it says view activity log. Click on that, and then it shows you everything you've done that day on Facebook. So have a scroll down and do that every day, and if you haven't been doing things, you'll see you don't have to scroll so far. If you've got to scroll forever and ever, you probably posted on that 50, 60 groups a day 3 times, and you're going to have lots of activity on there, and you've got to keep it doing. If you're doing that all the time, then you are going to get the orders, you are going to get people into your team, you are going to get your business moving forward. But it's, as we've always said, and you've heard it on all of the showcase speakers, is the consistency and persistency. You know, if you've got a bad day, then click out of it and move forward. You know, it's the sumo books. It's don't wallow. You know, you can get stuck in the mud, but don't just stay there. You've got to pull yourself out of it and to keep things moving forward. So but have a look at your activity log, and then that will tell you. It's a shame it's not numbered. If it was numbered, it'd be nice where you could track through Facebook itself, saying, right, I've done 280 things today, and then look at the next day and it should be the same amount. Depop. Well, is that you've just set eBay is still online. I'm waiting for my first sale now on Depop. Is that, were you using Depop before, Steve? Or is it just what we've just said and you've just been on there and set it up? Wait for a day. Right, let's move on. Beat your personal best. just posted tonight. So yeah, just keep us informed on that and see how many posts you can do, and then you can do we'll set you a task. Do a training on Depop and Wallapop for us next next Monday. Beat your personal best. Just put on there that already Steve and Ian in week 1 of period 8 have already beat their personal best in 1 week. In fact, they both just blitzed it. Steve's done 3 times what he needed to do, and Ian's doubled it. But one way of making sure that you do it, have a look what your personal best is, divide it by 3, not by 4. If you divide it by 4, that's your minimum you've got to do each week. If you divide it by 3 and aim to do that each week, because then if you've done it right, you've hit it by week 3. If you haven't quite hit it, you've had a couple of bad pickups, you've had a ban on Facebook, and you haven't got the orders, then it gives you week 4 as a little buffer where you can get some more orders in. And let's say, so check your personal best. Let's say for all new people who started since period 9 last year, let's say 500 bonus points is the limit, is your target. Let's say make sure you hit it, because you can get the free catalogues, and do it in periods 8 and 9, and you get a ticket in the draw to go to Madrid. 10 steps meetings. Those are the dates for July. Obviously we've just done the 9th and 10th. Those are out of the way now. So the one in Scotland is Dalkeith. It's changed from Falkirk now, and Dalkeith is the permanent new workshop location, and that's just south, I think it's southwest of Edinburgh. So if you've got people up that way, then it's Dalkeith, not Falkirk. So let's say try to get along to them, because you pick up lots of tips. Let's say if I hadn't gone down to Solihull yesterday, I wouldn't have known about Wallapop and Biddlypop or whatever it is. So last week was on actually down. Oh yeah, missed that then. So right, that's 10 steps and events.now.dvd. Let's say go on there, look at the traffic. And one thing I'd recommend, the live road traffic reports. Have a look at that. If you're going to be travelling anywhere, click on that link or go through Google directions and check the traffic reports. And that's what I did the other day coming back from Stoke, and I managed to miss a 2-hour jam by checking before I actually left. So well recommended if you're doing any car journeys. Check the live traffic reports, because they are pretty up to date. And the incident turned out to be a 2-hour incident, and luckily I turned off before it, because I knew it was there. So that's the reason I put that link on there. And I think that's it. And then obviously the next